How's it going, everyone? It's your girl, Rocket Gal, and today I just kind of wanted to have a little unscripted video of my thoughts on Fire Emblem Three Hopes demo. So I kind of finished all 3 routes now. I completed all of the levels and got S rank on everything except for on Claude's route. Finished all the levels, just haven't gotten S rank yet, so have to do that. But overall, I guess I finished all the routes for now. And yeah, the game is pretty good. I don't know what else to say. I find it a little strange that this is a new what if scenario in Three Houses. It just seems kind of strange that they had to completely write a new script and a new story and new characters as well. Kind of interesting, but seems like they just kind of want to keep milking Three Houses a little bit, and I guess that's fine, but eventually we're gonna get sick of Three Houses. Maybe not yet, but sooner or later. At first I thought the game was gonna be like the time skip, the events that happened during the time skip of Three Houses. That would actually make sense because that was a period of time that is not super clear what happened. But no, it's a completely new story, new characters, new plot, new everything. It's pretty interesting. So, yeah. So, one of my thoughts that I really wanted to get across is that Shez is a way better protagonist than Byleth, in my opinion. Shez has just got so much more personality. And Byleth is just like an empty husk almost in Three Houses, and almost feels like a robot of sorts in Three Hopes. I guess it's fine, but when I play a Fire Emblem game, I never see the protagonist as myself. Like, I never project myself onto them. And I know that's what you're supposed to do with Byleth, but I couldn't ever really do that. So now that we have a protagonist that has a lot more personality, I don't know, it's really good. I like their lines. Like, when you pick lines, they actually say stuff instead of just Byleth just standing there awkwardly saying nothing. Well, I guess he does say something, but they don't have any audio, so that's a little weird. Graphics are a lot better in many ways and very same in other ways as well. The models themselves seem a lot more polished. It really kind of reminds me of original Warriors, where the models seem almost like soft looking. It's kind of hard to explain, but it seemed like with original Three Houses, they tried to sharpen the 3D models, which made them look kind of bad. So I didn't like that. So yeah, graphics are a lot better. There are still some things that are still bad, like some of the decorations, like the food, and I remember the plates. They look like octagons. You still got the octagon plates. So yeah, for some reason they just can't make them round. Maybe octagon plates are a thing, but I don't know about that. So yeah, pretty much a direct upgrade. Next up, I wanted to talk about how it's pretty similar to Fire Emblem Warriors, the first one. There's the warrior gauge to do a warrior, I think it's like a warrior attack or something. I don't know the names super well, but it's like you press A after you fill up this yellow bar. But I guess that's in all Warriors games, so it's not necessarily just that. But there's also they brought back the Awakening mode, which I thought was interesting because I just figured Awakening mode was just a way to tie in with original Awakening. But this game is the Three Houses game. I think I would have thought they would name it something else if they still wanted to keep that. Maybe I don't know, Unleashed mode or something. I don't know. But overall, in many ways it's similar. combat-wise. You still do the combos with the Y and X buttons, but there's a lot different too. So I think the game is pretty complicated, honestly. Like, I could go on all day. There's personal skills that each character has. There's class-specific skills that they have equipped. There's different class attack combos. There's different skills, different combat arts, items, all the different gauges that you have to fill up. There's just so much to like read in the beginning. Like, they would just stop you like almost every 5 seconds to explain their mechanic. Like, hey, do you know that you could defend and do a perfect defend? And I was like, oh, that's nice to know, but for God's sake, I kind of want to just play the game. So it became a little overbearing in the beginning, I have to say. Yeah, I feel like the game in the beginning was really slow paced. Like, there were a lot of cutscenes, a lot of tutorials, a lot of talking to people. But I really just wanted to hack and slash, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm hoping this isn't as bad of a problem as in Three Houses, where you'd have to talk to a bunch of people in a really big monastery. The new hub, like the base, is a lot smaller, so that's nice. But it can be a bit of a chore sometimes. Or maybe I'm just OCD and I really like talking to everyone just to make sure I get all their conversations and whatnot. So that's why it takes me forever to play these games, but yeah, I mean, it's whatever. It builds the world a little bit, which is one of the biggest like strength of the Foldland game so far, is that their world just feels so alive in a way. So many like politics and lore. It's pretty good. So yeah, another thing that's really awesome about the game so far is the music. Oh my gosh. I didn't think they could improve some of the songs, but they did. And then some of them that I used to hate, I like a lot. Or maybe I don't like a lot, but I like them now. Wrath Strike was a song that I never really liked, but the remix one's pretty good. Lots of guitar. If you like guitar, this game's music is gonna do it for you. Let me tell you what. It's yeah, it's pretty good. And some of the newer songs that aren't necessarily guitar, like even in like the bass or whatever, like, or when you're cooking, or in the shop, I found those songs to be pretty catchy too. So yeah, the music department does not disappoint. Very good. So one thing I noticed about some characters is that they run and attack super slowly. I'm looking at you, Hubert, and most of the archers and mages in general. They just, I don't know, maybe I need to continue to increase the rank of their weapon ranks. I think that's what increases attack speed, but good God, some of them are so slow, like in terms of running and attacking. And I always like to play the more speedy characters. That's why anyone in the brawler class, that is what's up. They punch like so quickly, and they're pretty fast for the most part for an unmounted character. So really like the brawler class. Raphael makes a really good brawler. I think I used Dedu and Caspar as brawlers as well. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Of the three lords, I think the one I like to play as the most would probably be Dimitri. He's very well balanced, pretty fast, but also has it's really easy to control him. He's really strong as well, and he's really blue. I really like his blue color scheme. His like design in this game is really good. I wasn't a big fan of the hair, but everything else honestly is like superb. And then next I'd probably say Edelgard is my second favorite, just because yeah, she's pretty easy to control. She's easy to control because she's usually an armor unit. Yeah, and I'm also talking about their like default, or not default class, but like their canon class, I like to call it. For Edelgard, it's the armor knight thing. Dimitri's it's like a lord, high lord or great lord or whatever. And for Claude is the dragon lord, I believe, wyvern lord. Yeah. So with Edelgard, she's a bit slow, but her attacks hit pretty hard. And then there's Claude, and I gotta say, I had high hopes for him, but his attacks are really erratic. He kind of just flies all over the place, so it could be really hard to track him, but it's okay, I guess. But if you dismount him, then he becomes like a normal archer in terms of like his attack speed and running. And honestly, I'm not the big fan of the archers in general, so usually like to keep him mounted for the most part, but he just attacks like so erratically. I don't totally love it. Maybe if I get used to it, I'll love it more, but right now, not so much. Also, one thing I really, really like about Three Hopes is that we actually get to hear and see people that we have never seen before. And what I mean by that, I mean characters like, oh, my brother Holst, he can help us out, and it's like, well, yeah, but we don't know what Holst looks like. Well, now we do, and he's even playable. So that's really awesome. Also saw the what are they called? It's like the fathers of most of the Black Eagle students, aside from Hubert's father. So we got Caspar's father, and then Linhardt's father is really cool. Well, not really cool, but it was cool to see him and see these people in real life. And Count Barley, no one likes him. We all know no one likes him. But it's cool to see him. It's cool to know what he actually looks like, so I don't have to just use my imagination. Also, Rufus from the Blue Lions side of things is really cool to hear from him. I feel like he was barely mentioned in Three Houses. He was mainly just he's keeping things together while I'm at school until I become like the king and whatnot. But now it's like he's actually kind of an important character. Okay, minor spoilers here, but I can't believe he was just executed right then and there. I thought he might have even been playable, but no, Dimitri just gave him the axe, man. So, yikes. Yeah, so really like that. Also, it's cool to play as Monica. She's a character that was basically dead in Three Houses. What I mean by that was that Kranya had taken over her body at that point, so never really saw much of Monica. She's a total Edelgard simp, and I kind of love it. It's kind of hilarious. And yeah, so the thing I like about this game the most is that the routes feel unique, but the story is all kind of connected. What I mean by that, so I believe what happened was first when Edelgard decided to depose the the nobles that were in charge and make her emperor, that cascaded into Thales telling Cleobulus to start some affair and internal strife in the kingdom, which caused more of the Knights of Saros and more forces to take care of that. And while that happens, Almyra sees an opportunity to invade Foldland, and so that's how all the stories kind of connect, which is really interesting. So it's all really unique too. So none of the stories, up until like a certain point, none of them are really the same at all. Like each of them have their different goals. Each of them have different parts of the map that they start out on. So we're not all in the monastery. In fact, no route, as far as I know, go to the monastery yet. So that's really cool. Yeah, so Three Hopes is pretty good game so far. I don't really have too much to complain about it. So I'm looking forward to when it releases this Friday. I have for my American Switch, I got the American game, but I also pre-ordered the Japanese special edition just because they never released a special edition one for America, which is really strange, but okay, whatever. So yeah, probably gonna unbox that when it comes, so stay tuned if you are interested in that. Anyways, that's all from me, folks. I hope you enjoyed this little unscripted, chat of sorts of Three Hopes. Let me know how you guys feel about the game. Pretty exciting. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.